Hi, everybody. Welcome to U.S. History Semester 1. This is going to be the final exam study session. Today's October 5th, and my name is Mrs. Gonzalez. I'm going to be with you today, helping you out and helping you to study for this final exam. So let's go ahead and get started. So because we do not have any students in our live session today, I'm going to skip over some of the expectations and rules for the live study sessions, and we're just going to jump right into our agenda. We are going to go over the first 15 minutes, some study tips for the final exam, what you should know before going into any final exam, what expectations are, requirements, and even some rules. Then we're going to go, if anyone pops in for the live study session, we'll go into some Q&A, and then we'll go into the final exam practice itself in the second half of this webinar. So if you've already gone through the final exam study tips several times in some of the other study sessions, you can just skip through to the final part of this class. If not, definitely hang in there and watch that section. But the final exam practice, the second half of this webinar, is going to focus on some actual questions that you're going to see on the final exam. I always use real questions from the final exam to help you prepare. And then again, if we have any live participants, we're going to do some Q&A again at the end. So what should you know for the final exam? Well, for the U.S. History final exam, and if you're in quarter 2, you will have a final exam as well. So all of this applies to you, but there's a total of 34 questions. There's 31 multiple choice questions, and then there are 3 short essay, and we are going to look at the short essay questions. That way you are prepared, you know what needs to be done for these short essay questions and what is expected. So what is a passing grade? For this class and for all classes, a passing grade for a final exam is 60%. If you do not score at least 60%, you have to retake it, and we'll talk about that here shortly about retake. The exam is worth 100 points, 10% of your overall grade, meaning that if you're doing pretty well in the class with an A, B, C, and you just need to make sure you're passing with a D, 10% isn't going to affect you very much. But if you're hovering on that, well, let me rephrase that. You have to go into the final exam with a 60%. So no doubt about it. Overall, class grade needs to be 60%. So if you happen to do poorly on the final exam, it's gonna, first of all, you're not gonna pass the exam, it's gonna bring your grade down. But because it's worth 10% of your overall grade, if you're hovering, let's say between an A, a B, a C, or a D, then it's going to make a big difference. But if you're pretty high up in an A, B, C, you're not going to see a huge difference. Lots of students ask, can I use notes? Most people don't know that they can use notes. Yes, for this class and for all classes, you can have 1 full page of notes. And it's supposed to be the front side only, so make sure front side only. So let's say you take the final exam, you don't pass the first time, don't sweat it, you have a second chance. You have one more time. So you go back, you review what you missed. You look to see on the exam what questions you missed, and you go back and you study those. If you're, whatever you got right, you know that you're doing pretty well on those, so you don't really need to study those. You should really be studying what you missed. Go back to the class, look for the right answers, take some notes. Maybe those will be your notes for your retake. And you can have those with you, don't forget. So if you don't pass the second time, your teacher is going to work with you to complete an alternate assessment. We're going to make sure that you pass this class and that you take an alternate final exam that shows that, okay, maybe you're not a great test taker, but maybe you did great on understanding the content. You just can't remember when it comes to test time. And that's why we have an alternate exam. This alternate exam will help you to pass the class, and will help us to know that you really have understood things, and that you have understood topics and content, and you're going to pass the class. So we're going to work with you to pass the class, okay? So don't sweat it. But of course, you want to pass the final exam the first time. That way you're not doing twice as much work just to try to pass the class. Okay, some rules and deadlines. You have to take the final exam in one sitting. There is no saving option. There is no sitting. There's a time limit of 90 minutes. So please keep that in mind. Hi, welcome. Who do we have here today? Hi, Trenton. Welcome. If you don't want to have your camera on, you can turn it off. That's fine. I always have my camera off. If you want to leave the camera on, great. But feel free to ask any questions through the chat box, or you can also turn on your audio. So you can ask questions that way. But we are just going through right now the final exam rules and the deadlines. So we were just talking about how the final exam needs to be taken in one sitting. There is a 90-minute time limit on there, so you have to, there's no pausing, there's no saving, it has to be done all at once. And we were going on to how and where do I take the final exam. That depends. If you have a local advocate, then it must be taken at the meetup. But if you don't have a local advocate, so a lot of our adult students are allowed to take these at home. Then contact your academic coach if you haven't received the password for the final exam and all of your assignments are in. And that's true for all students. If your local advocate doesn't have the password, or if you're an adult student and you haven't received it via email, please contact your academic coach. And I have put that phone number up there, 855-945-5472. That's Monday through Friday. I'm pretty sure no one's around on the weekends. It's just like regular school where teachers and most of the counselors do not work on the weekends. So if it's a weekend and you need that email address, you might have to wait until Monday. Or you need that email password sent to you, then you need to probably wait until Monday. It doesn't hurt to send an email asking for it, but you probably will have a little bit of a delay. All right, some other study tips. There is a 30-day, there's an expectation that within 30 days of completing your last assignment in this class and in all classes, that you are going to take the final exam. So 30 days. There is a 3-month limit. So if the final's not taken within 3 months of completing your class, you're going to have to take the class over from the very beginning. So stop putting things off, get it done. The best thing to do is to take the final exam as soon as you've completed all assignments in the class. That way all the information is fresh. You know where to look for notes, you know where to look to take notes. And like I said, everything is fresh in your mind. If you wait 3 months, you're probably, just like me, just like most humans, you're probably gonna forget a lot of the information. So there is also, it doesn't happen very often, but some students are very eager to finish as many classes as possible, and they don't take their exams. They just try to get through all the assignments. So be aware, if you're one of those students, that there is a final limit of 4 final exams. So if you have 4 or more overdue finals, your academic coach is going to put a gate on your account. So what that means is they won't add any more classes until you take at least 1 final exam. So as much as you want to move forward, they're not going to let you, because really, unless you have finished a final exam and your class has counted for the month, you're not getting credit for a class. So just because you have a bunch of classes that are finished, all the assignments are finished, and these classes are on your dashboard, it doesn't mean you've gotten any credit for it. As a matter of fact, not until you take the final and off your dashboard do you get credit on your transcript. So keep that in mind. There's the phone number again. If you can't access your final exam, or if you have questions about any of the deadlines, contact your academic coach. They are the ones that keep track of your deadlines. As a teacher, I'm responsible for helping you get to that deadline, helping you with the assignments, any questions about the class, content. But if you have questions about deadlines, or if you can't access it, that's something your academic coach takes care of. All right. So does anybody have any questions before, or actually, you know what, we're not done with the final exam study tips. Sorry, let's go ahead and take a look at some more study tips. So for the U.S. history final exam, there is a study guide. So make sure that you take a look at the study guide. The study guide is located in the folder that says final exam, and I'm going to show you that right now. Let's just go ahead and go to it. So this is what your dashboard would look like. classes here. So if you look down at week 4 is usually, or week 5, sorry, is where it's usually located. Just because it says final exam doesn't mean it's only the final exam. So let's go ahead and let's see what else is in that final exam folder. Oh shoot, this student actually has not completed all their assignments, so they cannot access that final exam folder. I apologize. But basically you're gonna access, so all your assignments are in, you can then access that final exam study folder, and it's gonna look like this. You're gonna click on that folder and this is going to appear. And it says final exam study guide. Are you ready for the final exam? Be sure that you can respond to questions on the following topics. So there is a list of topics. I know that's a lot, but so long as you refresh your memory on these topics, I think you'll do great. And as I said earlier, for those of you who might have missed the earlier part of this study session, and I actually advise you when this recording becomes available to go back and watch that at the beginning of the study session. So what I was saying earlier was that you can have one full page of notes on this final exam and all final exams. I don't think you can see my screen. Oh, you can. Okay. So you can have one full page of notes on this exam and all final exams, and it's one full page of notes on the front side only. Keep that in mind, please. So let's say that you are getting ready to study for your final exam. Well, I would cut and paste this, all these questions into a Word document, and then take notes on them. So you can copy and paste notes directly from your class because you're not turning it in as an assignment. It's not going to be considered plagiarism. So you could actually go, okay, the Declaration of Independence. Well, I remember that was in Unit 1. I'm going to go back to Unit 1, and I'm going to read about it, and I'm going to cut and paste information onto my Word document. So there you go. There's your one full page of notes right there. It's up to you. If you feel like, okay, I know a lot about flappers, which is the topic on here, then don't take notes on it. Just be like, okay, I'm pretty good. I'm all set on that. Take notes on what you feel like your weaknesses are. All right. So now you know that there is a study guide at the end of the class in the final exam folder. You know you can have a full page of notes. You know what to take notes on. Make sure you also review assignments. So anything that's been auto graded, so anything that was like a quiz and you got instant feedback on, make sure you review those. If you scored low, let's say you scored 40% on one of the quizzes and you're like, I probably need to go back and review that because that's on the final exam, feel free to, because you'll probably do a lot better the second time around, or the third time around, or the fourth time around. But you will always keep your highest score, so maybe you're going to end up improving your overall grade. So go back and do auto-graded assignments and review your projects and essays. And we're actually going to look at the essays in the second part of the class. Again, there's 3 essays. There's 3 short answer essays on the final. And so we're going to look at all of the questions, and that way you can prepare for those essays. And then last of all, review any low-scoring work. I just said that about the auto-graded assignments. So make sure that you're looking for feedback. I always leave feedback on assignments. So make sure that you look for feedback. If you're not quite sure how to do that, then contact me afterwards, and we will we'll go over that together, and I'll show you how to look for feedback. All right. So again, that's what the final exam study guide looks like, and it's in your class. So time for questions. What questions do you have so far? So for example, how many points is this worth? As I said earlier, it's worth 100 points for 10% of your overall grade. What questions do you have about the class in general? For example, what is a passing? What is a passing grade? Passing grade is 60%. You have to have 60% or higher on in your class to pass to receive credit on your transcript, but you also have to have 60% going into the final exam, and you have to have 60% on the final. So those are the basics about grades, and any other questions you might have, now is the time to ask. So we'll take a minute or two and see if anybody has any questions. Make sure that if you are asking, that you either send something through the chat option, or you can unmute yourself and ask through audio. if you don't have any questions, that's okay. You can save them. We'll have another question Q&A session at the end of the class, or if you wanted to talk to me after the session, that's fine too. We can have a one-on-one. So let's go ahead and go into what's on the final exam. So here are some sample questions from the test. And the nice thing about this video is it is being recorded, or about this webinar, it's going to be recorded into a video. And you can go through it at a later date before your final exam, and you can pause it. I will send out the link probably early next week. If for some reason you need it before then, contact me immediately, and I'll try to make it available before then. But it probably won't be available till Monday or Tuesday. Either way, you can go back and you can pause this and you can write down some of the questions. This is really nice. So again, these are real questions from the final. The first couple of ones we'll do together, we'll go over the answer, and then the other ones, we will not go over the answers, but at least you will have some of the questions. So there are multiple choice. As I said earlier, there are 31 multiple choice questions. Multiple choice could come in a variety of ways, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So one question asks, what was passed by Congress to limit the amount of immigrants coming in each year? So this would be in the section on immigration in the early 1900s. So what was passed by Congress to limit the amount of immigrants coming in each year? Is it A, the Chinese Immigrant Act, B, the Act of 1919, C, the quota system, or D, none of the above? I'll give you a minute to think about it, and then I'm going to show the answer here. Okay, the correct answer is C, quota system. So if you did not know that, again, make sure you go back and you review the section on immigration. All right, here's another sample question from the test. Again, multiple choice. You notice there is both A and B option on here, so keep that in mind. There could be more than one answer. Where did most of the migrants come from during the first wave of migration? So this is an immigration question. So where did most immigrants come from during the first wave? Is it A, Northern Europe, B, Western Europe, C, Southern Europe, or D, both A and B? And again, this is in the same area, in the same location as the previous question. Okay, so the answer is both A and B. So both A and B, Europe and Western Europe. So the correct answer is D. Hi everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining. We are actually in the second half of the study session. We went over some of the rules and requirements for final exams in the first part of this study session, and now we're going over the actual parts of the test, and these are real questions from the exam. So please feel free, when this video is available, or when this webinar is available in video format, feel free to go back and review what the requirements are for final exams. And we also went over a couple questions already. So we're in the second half of this study session. If you did just join us, make sure that you're on mute. Thank you very much. If you don't watch the video, I see that somebody has their video on, but I think it's facing the ceiling. Hi, you can go ahead and you can turn off your video. You don't have to have video on. So yeah, so let's go ahead and let's move on. So we have another sample question here from the test, which is matching. So this is match the following. I'm not going to read through all of these, but I am going to go ahead and I'm going to have you look through these questions. So go ahead and look through these questions. Okay, to see if you can get the answers to some of these questions. I see someone's trying to turn off their video. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can stop it on my side. So let's see here. How's that? I think that worked. Yeah, I think that works. I think I was able to turn off the video for you. I totally get it. I am not a video person either. Some people are, like some teachers, a lot of our teachers, they don't mind at all, but I personally am not a video person. Okay, so again, this is a sample question from the test. For this portion of the sample questions, I'm not going to be providing the answers. So at least you know now that these questions are on the test, and when you finally get the video link, you can pause it and you can look for these answers, and you can have this as part of your notes for the exam. So I was saying earlier, for those of you who joined us a little bit late, first of all, I'm really glad you're here anyway, but the final exam, you can have one full page of notes, and that's front side only, so please keep that in mind. Please use notes. And we also did go over in the first part of the study session about what you should be taking notes on in the final exam study folder. So once you submit all your assignments and you are on the final exam folder, there is a section on there that has the topics that you need to study. So make sure, you know what, I'm just going to really quickly, I'm going to jump up to that now so you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, there it is, the final exam study guide. So make sure that when you take the final, before you take the final exam, you look through the study guide, you study those questions or those topics, and you take notes. Again, one full page of notes you can have. Okay. So let's jump into some other questions. Actually, we're going to just jump right into the essay questions. So the essay questions, there's 3 essay questions. These are short essays, meaning that they are either a paragraph, which is 5 to 7 sentences, and it will tell you, the questions will tell you how much you need to write. Or in this case, it's 3 to 5 sentences. So for this first question, and it could appear in a different order on your exam, but for this question, you're going to have to list the 5 causes of the Civil War. You have to have 3 to 5 fully developed sentences. So a fully developed sentence is not one cause of the Civil War was slavery, period. That's not a fully developed sentence. So make sure that you are writing to explain, okay, it was slavery, but what effect did slavery have on the different states? So list the 5 causes of the Civil War, and I'm actually going to help you out here. You can access this information in lesson 1.3, sexual conflict and war. Or sorry, sexual conflict and Civil War. Okay, and if you do have questions about any of these essay questions, please let me know. You can either send a chat through the chat box, or you can unmute your audio, or you can just wait until the very end. I'm also going to have a Q&A session then. So totally up to you. All right, we're going to move on to the next essay question. Okay, the study guide. So sorry, I just saw that you were trying to contact me. The study guide is located at the very end of your course. So this you can't access it right now unless you have finished all assignments, everything is turned in. It's going to be located in the, it'll appear on your dashboard under week 5 final exam, and if you click on that, the study guide will show up right before the final exam. So if you accidentally click on the final exam, you've gone too far, but it is located in that folder. And I was trying to show you, let me see if I can show an example of what that might look like. I was trying to show an example, but this student that I have in the example hasn't completed all of their work, so it would be in this folder. You would just click on week 5 and it would appear there. I can't show you because, again, the student hasn't turned in all their work. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, very good question, thank you. Oh, and before we move on to the essay question, can you all send me, if you haven't done so already, send me a chat with your first and last name. I know that students don't like to use their last names when they're appearing as a participant, and I totally understand, but make sure that you send me a chat with your first and last name. That way I can make sure that you get extra credit for attending this class. So I need to get last names from, it looks like Leah. Kira, I think that is your correct last name, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not that, just let me know. Trenton, I need you to send me your last name as well. And the other person I have that sent me a comment says that's the polls iPad. I don't know if that's your first name or last name, but make sure that you send me your information. Again, first and last name, that way you can receive extra credit. Okay, thank you, Alaya. I got your last name. Thank you, Trenton. I got yours. Hira, thank you very much. And then again, whoever sent that comment about the study guide with Holes iPad, I need your first and last name so that you can get extra credit. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. All right, this essay question. So this is the second essay question. Oh, wait, hold on, we got a couple chats here. Okay, thank you, Becky. Hira, can we talk afterwards? Because that's something I can help you with, but it's not something I can do right this very second. Okay, perfect. So don't hang up. Sorry, I got a chat from a student. I'm answering her question through audio, and I just want to make sure that you hang out after our session and we'll talk, okay? All right. So, essay question number 2. As World War II was coming to an end, as World War II was coming to an end, American military leaders debated on how to end the war with Japan. Other than dropping the atomic bomb, what were some of the other options? So you are going to be asked to answer this in 3 to 5 sentences again, and you need to focus on how leaders are going to end the war with Japan other than dropping the atomic bomb. So what were other options? As we know from the class, they ended up dropping the atomic bomb, but what else? What were some other options? So here I have told you where you can find the information as well. It's in lesson 7.4, Effects of World War II and Genocide. So there is another question on the exam. And let's move on to essay question number 3. So this is the third and final essay question on the final exam. Many Americans believe the 50s, so the 1950s, were the greatest decade in American history. Why might that be? So you need to write 4 to 6 sentences on this one. And I have an issue with this question because a student of mine, a very perceptive student of mine, noted that the 1950s were the greatest for many people, but not for all people, and especially minorities and even women. The 1950s, we still had segregation, we still had pretty much racism, especially in the Deep South. So the 1950s weren't necessarily great for everybody. So if that's what you feel, I think that's fine. I think that's okay to answer the question that way. I do not want you to think that there are not other ways to view history. However, and I say this for everybody in this question, but if you are going to argue a different cause, make sure that you use examples. So make sure that you have facts to support what you are referring to. Does that make sense? Okay. So where can you find this information? You can find this information in lesson 8.1, population boom, and lesson 8.2, population changes in the post-war era. For all of these answers, for all the essay answers, always support your information. So always support your opinions and your ideas and facts from the reading. So make sure that you're doing that, or from any research that you have encountered throughout this class. That is the most important thing to remember about when you're conducting history and when you're talking about it and writing about it, or anything in general. Use facts to back up your statements, and it's much more powerful and effective. All right. So I know that was kind of a quick study session for those of you that entered a little late. Again, I'm happy to have you here, but let's go ahead and take some questions about the final exam. For example, what if I don't know the answer? I get that one a lot. What if I don't know the answer? How about I start with that one, and then you guys can chime in, ask your questions. But if you don't know an answer to an exam, there's several different things that you can do. Firstly, what I do is I always skip it. I skip it because I don't want to spend all of my time on one point. Or it depends on the point value of it, but if it's worth more than 1 point, if it's worth a lot more, then I'm gonna probably spend some time on it. But I move on. Also, because I also move on because sometimes you can find answers in tests. Usually you can find answers in tests in other questions. Test designers, you know, they're kind of tricky, but they also give you hints within exams. So skip a question, go back to it. Maybe you're going to find it later on. And then if you don't, if that doesn't work for you, go back to it. Definitely answer it. Don't ever skip it and leave it blank. Just skip it and come back to it. And when you do go back to it, you can use deductive reasoning, meaning that you can say, okay, it's definitely not A or B. That leaves me C or D. And then that way you got a 50-50 chance. Again, what other types of study sessions, what other types of study sessions would you like to see in the future for this class and for any social studies classes? So please feel free to send a chat, or if you want to ask a question via audio, we can do that as well. So let's take a minute or two here. Nobody has any questions? All right, if there's no further questions, that's okay. You can always contact me, or if you have a different teacher, you can contact your teacher about questions about the final exam. But contact me here from your class if you need more information, if you want a copy of the slides. And then again, the link will be available starting early next week. I will send that out to you. If for some reason you don't get the link to this recording, let me know and I'll send it to you. You know, if you're taking a final exam today, I can try to get it to you. It's going to be kind of tough. Maybe you want to wait to take your final exam then. But the recording will be available early next week. Everybody has sent me a chat with their first and last name, so you will receive 25 points extra credit. I usually put those on an assignment that's already at 100%. Because it's easier for me and for you to see that that extra credit has been applied. We do have a question coming in, so hold on a second. Fatima, yes, I can send you the whole slide, no problem. I'm probably gonna, let me see if you want to stick around after we're done here. I'll see if I can send it through the chat here. I might have to send it through email. So just stick with me for a second. All right, my contact information. I am Mrs. Gonzalez, and if you have me for the class, that's my information. Even if you don't, I am one of the, I think I'm the only social studies teacher that's available Monday through Friday. I'm online from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. Eastern time. I'm located in Maine, in Portland, Maine. But if your teacher's not online and you need to get help immediately with something, I don't mind helping out. We all help each other out here. So you can text me, call me at that number. There's my email address. So again, if you're not in my class, please reach out to me anyway if you need help right away, Monday through Friday. If you are a student of mine, always send me a chat, an email, or text message, and I will respond so long as the weekday during office hours. And again, my office hours are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I believe that is the end of the study session. So for those of you I told to stick around afterwards, let's go ahead and hold on. Don't hang up yet. But for those of you that are done, thank you very much for attending, and hopefully we'll see you at our next social studies session. Keep an eye out for that. That should be on your dashboard starting next week. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great weekend. And I know you're